I'm conducting a social experiment where I'm testing how considerate people are. If I drop a letter, what will people do? Will they go down to pick it up and put it in the mailbox? I'm not actually going to do that because I actually need these for these. My experiment will go like this. I'll go to a mailbox such as this, drop a letter, and then leave. That's pretty much how it will work. If the letter returns to me, that's a success. If it doesn't, that's not a success. People are not considerate in that scenario. I don't know what else to say. I will drop these sets at different locations around my town, at different times of course, and see how people will react to them. Will they walk right past this one, but pick up the important one? Or will they be too scared by the important one and only pick up the normal one? We shall see. Our first letter placement is at my mailbox. This is the mailbox I go to every day to pick up my cocaine, Playboy. The first letter I'm going to drop is at my mailbox, a nice suburban neighborhood. This will test the kindness of everyone in my area. To record how people will react in this situation, I'll go to my secret hiding spot. Perfect. The next letter I'm going to plant is in a different part of the same suburb. And now we're in a condo building, dropping the third letter. Perfect. And now we're at the post office, the place where they deliver all the letters, and we're going to plant a letter. Right there. Perfect. Well, that did not go as planned. It turns out that the OPP does not like people planting suspicious packages all over town. Especially ones without names on them. So we just got out of custody. This will not deter the future letters. This is fine. This is just a little bump. It's fine. We're all good. We're gonna go plant the important ones tomorrow and hopefully not get arrested. It is approximately 3 days later after we dropped the first round of letters, and now we're dropping the second round, which are pretty much the exact same letters, but they have the word important on them. So we're dropping the first one at the same place we dropped the first one in the first round, in a nice suburban neighborhood. And now we're dropping the important letter at the second location from the other day. Now we're dropping off the third letter, and it just started raining, so we're going to drop this off quickly and hope it doesn't get wet. I'm going to try and put it in a good spot. Right there. Perfect. We are dropping our final letter off in this experiment, and we are gladly inside, so no rain will get in here. There we go. The first letter that I received back was the one near my own house. We'll call that suburb number 1. It was the unimportant one, and it was hand-delivered to my door by 2 of my neighbors, 2 small red-haired children. The next letter I received was from the condo. It was also hand-delivered. We don't know by who, but it was left right by the door of the unit. Both those letters were received on Monday, just one day after the original letter drop. And then nothing really happened from Tuesday to Wednesday. On Thursday, one day after we dropped the important letters off, we got 5 whole letters back. The 2 from the second suburb were returned through the mail, and then 2 went to the condo, one of them being the important one and one of them being from the post office,
And then another one came back here through the mail. Again, one of the post office ones. In total, 7 out of the 8 letters were returned, as you can see by this little table here. The only one that has not been returned is the important one in my own neighborhood. As you can see, it was only 3 of the letters with the important label on them were returned, and all 4 of the normal letters were returned. So I guess you could make the assumption that maybe people in my neighborhood were intimidated by the important label. I think it is also a good thing to point out that only 3 of the letters were hand delivered, both the ones at the condo and the first letter in my suburb. But all the other ones, all the 4 other ones, were delivered through the mail system. This also gives you a good indication of how long it'll take for letters to get through the mail. So we dropped the first ones at the second suburb location and at the post office, and they both were not returned until Thursday, along with the important letters. In conclusion, I would say that this experiment was a success. Many acts of consideration and kindness were exhibited with the people, especially hand delivering the letter, but also people that we don't even know put them into the mailbox. Everything went pretty according to plan, other than that one letter that did not get returned. I kind of assumed that everything would be returned before the weekend, especially so I could edit this video and turn in my final. So that was very fortunate that happened. And with the only irregularities in this experiment being getting arrested once and having some weird looks all over town, I think that this experiment went pretty well. In conclusion, it turns out that over 85% of the time, people will return your letters when they're on the ground, either hand delivered or at least be considerate enough to put them in the mailbox. Overall, it turns out that people are pretty dang kind. I guess we won't be needing you today after all. Bye.